Hello. So we're gonna use PowerShell to interact with some API. In this case, we're gonna use a free one. That's icndb.com. It looks like it's just the Chuck Norris database, where you can retrieve jokes about Chuck Norris. Kind of simple and kind of gets you the idea. Obviously, there's more advanced ones. This one's free, so we're just going to interact with it with PowerShell. We're going to use some validation sets so we can kind of go for nerdy or explicit. If we don't choose one, then we'll obviously pick one randomly, and then we'll load it up part of the profile just for fun. So the first thing you want to do is you want to load up Visual Studio Code. You want to create your PowerShell script. In this case, we're going to call it get Chuck Norris Joke.ps1. So we're going to parameterize this script so we either choose explicit or nerdy, or if we don't choose it, we're going to have a function that will pick it for us. And the parameter will be called joke type. We're going to do a validation set so you can only pick explicit or nerdy. And then we're going to do commandlet bindings. And what this gives us is the ability to use the write verbose function and some other ones too, but in this case it's just write verbose. So now that we have that, we can test that out if you want to see. So do get Chuck Norris joke. We got nothing. Do verbose. Clear that out because it doesn't offer anything. So the first function we're going to do is basically we do have a validation set for explicit and nerdy under joke type. If we don't pick anything, we kind of want to pick it for ourselves. So in this case, we'll call it function get random joke type. And basically, if we don't pick a joke type, explicit or nerdy, it's going to pick it for us. So we can do write verbose, joke type not selected, random one being chosen, just to kind of show that executed when we call this function, or if we call this function. We're basically going to invoke web request, and this is the API to get the categories, and then we convert it from JSON. So when we do this in PowerShell, we do joke types. Value, we got two choices, explicit or nerdy. So now if we do this, we'll pick a random one between the two. So when this function is said and done, we write the output of what we pick. We can basically test this function out. Get random joke type. And you can see that it picks between explicit and nerdy. So that first function is done. Now we want to write the function to get the random joke. We still want the same parameter for joke type. We have the parameter for joke type. Now to get the random joke, we can see over here, you can either pass an array, it looks like, or a single one. We're just sticking a single just to kind of keep this simple. So we're going to use basically this query, and this will be the variable between explicit or nerdy. So what we want to do is basically invoke web request against that API link, and then the joke type. And then we want to write the output, and this will be basically getting the joke. And we're also doing a replace because this is, I believe, HTML output, so we just want to convert or replace anything that shows up like this in the string to just be a quote. So now if we manually load this function, get random joke type, nerdy, we get an output. So now we're actually going to call these functions now. So the first thing we want to do is, if no joke type is selected, basically this, we're just going to get a random joke type. And then we're going to do write verbose message joke type, just to kind of show what's going on, which joke type got picked. And then we finally call the function get random joke type. So we can do this, get Chuck Norris joke type, nerdy. And we keep getting different jokes. Now we can do now we can load this script every time we load PowerShell, and the joke type is nerdy. So next time I load PowerShell, get a joke type right here. So if you like this, subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll try to keep doing more things like this. Thanks. Bye.